Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be unboxing the Pico basic kit with Pico. So this is a Raspberry Pi Pico, which I bought with the basic kit. I bought this on Citron Technologies. Don't know how to actually pronounce that. It's Citron or Citron, I don't know. But it's a marketplace for makers, which is based in Malaysia. So I bought this all the way from Malaysia for $9.70, which is a good price considering where I'm from, the Philippines. It's 500 pesos, but we have to consider the shipping fee, which I spent 400 pesos on. It's a FedEx. So I don't know if you can see this, but it has the let's see it has the hi maker. It's a digital making virus spreading, so it's cool. So it's actually a virus that warns you that you're gonna be making something awesome very soon. Opening up the box, we saw that hi maker instruction and a message a while ago, and it's covered in bubble wrap. Wow, it has stickers. Cool. Citron, thanks guys. This is not sponsored, by the way. I just bought this out of interest because if you didn't know, besides making music covers and programming tutorials, I'm actually a computer engineering graduate. Yes, computer engineering. So I'm into this kind of stuff. Okay, so what do you have here? We care for you. Thanks. Social distancing. So I appreciate this message. Thank you. Oh, and trust me, I'm a maker. Nice. So it has stickers. Oh, and you know what? This message is not actually just a message, it's actually a free product. It's a limited edition mask holder. Wow. That's cool. What a great shop. It's my first time buying from them actually. So this is actually a very helpful pin diagram, because if you're not too knowledgeable, especially if you're just a beginner or a kid or a parent that wants their kids to learn about this stuff, this will be very helpful for you. But of course, as always with any Raspberry Pi products, they have these informational materials on the website, on the Citron store, on the Raspberry Pi website. So this is the pin diagram. We'll use that when we actually use this thing. And then here is the Raspberry Pi Pico. Well, if you buy the board by itself, you won't get the pins all pre-soldered up. In my case, since I bought the kit, it came pre-soldered. So nice. Just have to put it in the breadboard and we're good to go. And what we have inside, we still have that USB micro B, which is very convenient since we don't have to buy separate stock. So that's it. So just put that away for now. Can't wait to start making something again. So that's all that is inside, and of course we have their additional information. What a cool box. No, I'm not throwing this away. So now let's actually take a look at our kit. Okay, so let's open it up and verify. So inside our plastic kit, here's the 2 LED per color. So the colors that we have are red, yellow, and we also have green, and then we have the blue. This is actually blue. We have our tactile switch. Let's just... So inside of our plastic that you saw earlier, we have our breadboard for the first. This is our breadboard, which is very convenient for our projects since it's long. We have the male-to-male jumping wires. Very convenient that there are many. The female-to-male jumping wires, which we'll probably be using for the PIR ones, since you can see the pins here. Okay, so those are the wires. This is the breadboard, then the PIR motion sensor. Inside this plastic are your LEDs. So the site, which I will be linking in the description below, also specifies the items inside the package, but we'll still take a look if everything is here. So first is let me start with the resistors. It's 330 ohms. There's 5 pieces. Here's your potentiometer. Then your tactile switch, which you place here on your breadboard. We have 3 of them. We have 3 of them. So these 3. Next is the LEDs. So we have 2 green, 2 red, oops, 2 yellow, and the blue ones here. And then we have the buzzer. It's an active buzzer, I guess. So this is the items in this plastic overall. And finally, you have your... I'm about to open it. Finally, we have your Raspberry Pi Pico, which you can place conveniently on the breadboard. But for this video, not really going to. And I would just like to say something about this board. It's a very interesting board because the Raspberry Pi Pico is actually a one-of-a-kind product coming from a team like Raspberry Pi Foundation, because this board that they made is unlike what they are currently making in their current product line, because they make embedded microcomputers, which are essentially kind of like computers. They have an operating system, but is more compact, consumes less power, and of course it is more resource limited but it can be applied to a lot of embedded projects that involve heavy computations like AI, image processing, and machine vision projects. So this board is not that kind of board. This is actually a microcontroller, uh, which is a computer that is specific to its purpose. So it doesn't have an operating system, but instead you can upload programs to the chip and it will continuously loop as long as it has power and executes the code that was programmed into it. So if I'm not mistaken, I know this Raspberry Pi Pico comes with its built-in 12-bit temperature sensor, so you don't have to buy a HT22 sensor or DHT11 or LM35. You can already use the built-in temperature sensor here on the Raspberry Pi Pico, which is very convenient. So unfortunately, the package does not come with a book that can help you learn about Raspberry Pi Pico. But the Raspberry Pi Foundation was generous enough to provide this PDF, which you can download online freely. This is Get Started with MicroPython on Raspberry Pi Pico. So MicroPython is the library we use with the Python programming language in order to actually run programs on this board. So this is free to download. I'll have it in the video description. But basically, if you want, you can actually download it here on Hackspace. Okay. So you can actually download it in hackspace.raspberrypi.org for free. So with this PDF guide for Raspberry Pi Pico, you can actually perform the exercises on the PDF given this set of materials that we have on the basic kit. But there is only one exception, which is this chapter 10. So in chapter 10, we learned about digital communication protocols I2C and SPI. You'd have to buy the LCD display module separately, but you have more than enough materials to complete chapters 1 through 9. So you'll have a lot of fun even before you get to the more advanced chapter 10. Okay? So there's a lot of activities like the traffic light controller, the reaction game, the burglar alarm, and the temperature gauge, since I did mention that we have the internal temperature sensor from the Raspberry Pi. And lastly, a data logger, which you can use to store information about your environment over to your microcontroller. Yeah. So there you have it. This is the unboxing video for the Raspberry Pi Pico. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to have a follow-up video regarding this one as I do the activities in that PDF. So I hope to see you soon. Make sure to subscribe for more tech-related content of this sort. And I hope to see you in the next one.